How are we doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a feedback video for the Corsair. Currently really enjoying it, but I think it's not super satisfying and not extremely effective. And I think a lot of people in terms of the effectiveness in the community would agree with me that play Corsair. From what I've seen from streamers and people in my guild and other guilds and talking around, I think a lot of people think this class is fun, but it's just missing in that effective department. Now that obviously can change depending on what skills it's going to get between the two awakened skills coming into the succession kit, along with the 3 bombs that are missing. A lot can change, right? But that being said, I think there's still plenty we can do with this kit right now to make it just a little bit better. Now I'm going to start with the really strong stuff first. There's 2 really strong mechanics that I'd like to see added. But then after that, I think most of it's just flows and stuff that would just really help with the feel of the class. It will make it a bit more effective as well, but it'll make it much more enjoyable to play. So with the really strong stuff, now this first one isn't super strong, but know how at the moment we can do Jetstream, and then if you were to do a Shift E Whale Song LTX, or I don't know, L2B after, you get the cancelled animation of Whale Song. That's pretty cool. Allow us to bring that cancel into after Spiral Cloak. I don't think that's going to be super strong, but I think what can really help this class a lot is allow some of the other skills in the kit to cancel into Whale Song. So for example, both Wave Power and Tidal Clear Kiss, after either of those 2 skills being able to do the cancel animation of Whale Song, that's going to be so effective in 1vx and large scale. It's going to really help this class a lot to be able to catch someone and get that instant burst damage on them. With that grapple resist, and then if they haven't died, you're probably going to have to disengage because there's going to be a lot of people on top of you. You're definitely going to stand out like a sore thumb after the Whale Song, but at least you can get some of that burst damage in. So if that opponent you've caught is already like taking some hits, you can give it a nice quick execute with that skill. Same concept after Wave Slash, having that same option. Also after Squall, being able to do it after Squall. So Wave Slash, Squall, Wave Pow, and the flow to Wave Pow, which is Tide's Kiss. After those skills being able to do the shortened animation, after the Overflow being able to do the shortened animation, and after Storming Surge. If that cancel can be added into either all of those, if not the very first one, the Spiral Soak, or at least a couple of those things that I've just mentioned there, would go a long way to helping this class out. Now the next one here is just adding a stiff to Storming Gale. Again, I'd say this is a bit more on the stronger side because it is a CC. Stiffs are very useful. Now I'd say it doesn't need it if one of these bombs that are coming, or the future awakened skills that become the Shift C or the LTY skills, the awakened skills that you can use in succession. If one of those 2 skills or one of the bombs is a quick stiff, then it's not needed. But if none of the stuff coming in the future is a quick stiff, like this class is really lacking in the stiff department. Our current only stiff is Whirling Slash. That's a crazy long wind-up animation, and it requires you to do another skill. Like, you can't just activate Whirling Slash. So, like, it's a double crap skill. I mean, I say crap. It's not crap. It's definitely good. But it's not good for comboing. In terms of comboing, it's absolutely useless as a stiff. So having Storming Gale have that as an added option would be great. There's another one, this one's probably a bit too strong, but Raging Torrent, that very last hit, if that was a stiff, that would be awesome. But that definitely is probably in the OP territory. But that's it. That's it for the more OP stuff. Now I'm just going to go into like general animation cancels and flows that would just help the class immensely. Well, actually, before I do that, one more relatively OP thing, I guess, would be the Overflow. As soon as we activate Overflow, can it just CC or make it more in tune to be like Musa Spirit? Because right now, this thing is just unbelievably slow. It's not protected, and it's super goddamn slow. Bro, when there's skills like Voltaic, Musa Spirit, Beheading of the Dead, all these crazy great AoE catches that are all 10 times better than Overflow, can you just make this at least CC at the beginning of the animation and not at the end? I don't know if that's OP. I think that's just necessary, but I don't know. Maybe some people will consider that OP. But that's all the strong, super strong stuff out of the way now. Let's talk about just some regular stuff that will just help the class feel a lot better. Now, at the moment, there's a pretty good flow for Ocean's Melancholy into Wave Pout. Same thing, if you do Ocean's Melancholy into Whirlpool, it flows really well as well. But everything else, it just sucks with. So if we can get some more flows out of that, I don't even know if it's a flow, but just better connections. So going Melancholy into Tidal Slash. You see how that long-ass lingering animation at the end before we get to Tidal Slash? Get rid of that, make it more like it was with Wave Pout. Same thing with Wave Slash. I didn't even do the right skill there. Oops. So Melancholy into Wave Slash. I'll show you guys what it currently looks like in just a second. But look at that crazy long animation. Same thing for Overflow. Bro, who am I going to catch with this? Look how long this is. Who's going to get caught by that, bro? Like, definitely speed up Overflow, please, and make it flow better from that. I think that's the main stuff, and probably Storming Surge isn't too bad. I think that's okay. Maybe a little bit better, but that's not terrible. That's actually pretty decent. But I think that's the main stuff for that one. Now, in terms of dashing, so when we're dashing, we got a few cool things we can cancel with, but there is a lot we can't. So let me give you an example. Oh, look, I want to catch this guy. Really cool. Cancel the Wave Pelt. That's fantastic. But then there's a bunch of stuff that it doesn't really cancel with. The main one I'd like to see added is that Wave Lash right there. Like, please. So we can actually use, like, Wave Lash is not a fast animation, so it wouldn't be super OP, to be honest. And also some of the mermaid skills. So like right now, if you do your dashes, either dash, you can cancel with the Spiral Cloak. That's pretty cool. Just allow us to do that with these two skills. So Jet Stream, you saw there, you have to wait to the end of the dash for you to activate it. I was pressing the button the whole time. I'm currently pressing Whale Song, and it only just activated at the end of the skill animation. So just adding those two options in for extra cancels would be pretty cool as well. The Wipeout is pretty decent. Maybe just having the option to cancel a little bit earlier with that, but that's not a super game breaker for me. And also, like, after all the skills, can we have like an extra couple of milliseconds to do the iframe? Here's the thing, this class doesn't have a grab, and that's the only movement iframe that isn't like this stuff. Like this iframe, cool, yeah, it's an iframe, but it's connected to a long ass skill. What's it called? The Skedaddle is the only movement iframe we have that we can reposition to catch someone. And since we don't have a grab, it's really important to bait people. When you're trying to bait someone with a grab, you need an iframe, because look, if I'm just let's say I'm baiting this guy by doing this, and I try to do that, like the grab's still gonna hit me even if I'm in super armor. So having a longer period in which we can cancel out of certain skills like Wipeout, like you see it lingers a little bit, but you can't iframe at the end of it. That's crazy to me. Like, let me iframe at the end of the linger. That should be a thing. Also increase the linger of this skill here to right there where the sword comes out of the ground. Just a little bit of increase the linger so we can use it again to bait people. We don't have a grab, so baiting is super important, especially since we don't have any crazy OP catches at the minute. Like, we need that little bit extra linger on that skill. Now, let's talk about another one, Whirlpool and Storming Surge. Can we just have a lot more control on these skills? So let me just start with Whirlpool first. Give it a bit more akin to like Sin Splitter control, because it's just a stun. It's not a multi-hit CC. It doesn't go behind forward guards. It doesn't even travel that far, all right? So let us control it. It's really obvious when we're trying to do movement skills. Like, look at me trying to like move Whirlpool around in a movement. It just keeps going straight. That probably wasn't the best example. Let me try that again. You see that? Like, it doesn't do any kind of movement. It just keeps, it's very rigid. You get a little bit of control if you're not doing it off a movement skill, as you can see there, but just more. A lot more control on the skill would feel a lot better. Again, it's an unprotected stun, all right? I don't think that would make this skill too OP in the slightest. And Storming Surge, so it's the best way I could show you guys. You can see, like, it's so rigid. It's easier to show me when I go up in the sky how rigid it is rather than being on the ground. It's the same thing on the ground, but it just makes it really obvious when I come up here. Like, I've got almost no control on it, and on the ground you got a little bit. Like, look, you could twist it. You can twist it a little. You can twist it a little bit. Just more control, please. Please, a little bit more control on these skills would go a long way. I think that's the main stuff. Yeah, that is the main stuff, but the one thing I forgot is that this is what gripes me the most. Bro, we got one good CC skill to deal with fast classes like ninjas, kunos, sorks, like these high twitch classes, even like Musou Maywas to a certain extent. Bro, we got one good catch for this class. Like, it's going to be so hard to consistently catch people with overflow, or these classes with overflow, storming surge. It's just not going to happen, dude. Like, you're never going to catch it with wave lash, bro. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible, right? But it's against a skilled player in that with that class. These are such telegraph CCs. So the fact that this is our only good CC and the freaking flow. Bro, when I read this, I got so angry, dude. Why? Why was this even a decision? Why is this an air smash? Why is Tidal Kiss the flow to our only good catch against fast classes a freaking air smash? If anyone tries to defend this, it'd be like, oh, well, Lord, you know, if you air smash your target, you get air attack on it, and then you can air attack them with Ocean's Pearl for burst. I don't care, bro. It's terrible for comboing. It's so bad. You're losing so much more combo damage because of the air smash. Because after you float someone, you got like a 1 second CC counter, but then that gets split in less than half from the air smash. They like almost get up instantly after an air smash. Air smashes are freaking... I hate air smashes in general, and I really despise the fact that it's on Tide's Kiss after the only decent catch we got against Twitch classes. So please, for the love of God, remove the air smash on Tide's Kiss. Okay, very last piece of feedback here. So we got C-Stroll. Please, can we have more control with the direction that whale damage goes in? As you saw, like, when you come out, you can't change the direction at all in which the your damaging whale goes. So just right after, let us move the direction, like fix it after the float, right? So when we come out and we float someone, let me just turn it after the float, and then after the float, after whatever direction I'm looking in, maybe fix it at that point. But that's it. That's all my feedback for this class. I'm sure there's plenty of other stuff that will help the class that I haven't thought of. So please, if you guys got some more feedback as well, leave that in the comment section down below. And if there's any stuff here that I've said that you don't agree with, give me some constructive criticism, why it is you don't agree with it, whether you change something I've said or completely scrap it. I would be very interested to get that feedback. And what skills are you guys looking forward to? So we got 3 Rabams and 2 extra skills coming to this kit from the Awakening. What do you want to see on the class, on these skills? Like, for me, I really want to see more catches, at least 1 quick stiff. That's the main stuff I want to see. I just think we're very lacking in the catch department, so I'm hoping that does get covered with the future skills. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.